Hello everybody, welcome back to the continuation of my Fuck It episode from last week. Fuck It series? I guess I can call it a Fuck It series now, because this is episode 2. Anyways, we are playing I, Wani, Hug That Gator. Yeah! In the last episode, if you haven't watched it, you probably should. We followed Inko on his first day at Vault Calderia Bluffs St. Hammond High School. It didn't go very well. He got pelted by dodgeballs because he's a baller. That's why. But at least we met some new friends, possibly. Ben and Damien seem pretty cool. So let's see how his second day is gonna go. And also the sloppy speech counter will be continuing. It will be a running total. So I can't remember if I got 49 or 50 last episode, but we'll be starting from there. Without further ado, let's continue. ... Morning comes. Ah! Blinded! Oh my gosh! I've always had a decent internal clock, but it's a new record for me to get accustomed to a new sleeping schedule in just one day. Wow, why is it so loud? Especially with this full-grown lump on my scalp. I move an arm from my sheets and feel my head. You're probably concussed, dude. Yeah, that's bruised real good. Could be worse, though. Alright, time to get up. You sleep in your baller jacket and sunglasses? Wow, that must not be very comfortable. And jeans, too? That's like a nice pair of... that's not jeans. A nice pair of khakis. I slump out of bed and yawn, stretching my arms and cracking my... I almost said cranking. But I didn't, so no sloppy speech there. Stretching my arms and cracking my spine a bit. My new room is pretty nice. Quite spacious, even with all the little... there's the first one. Crap! Still sealed boxes. I brushed my hand over one of them to the one with my other clothes. You have other clothes? I would expect you to have like 10 pairs of the same jacket and 20 pairs of the same glasses. I'll get around to opening them at some point. Right now, though, it's time for breakfast. Are your parents finally here? I shuffle downstairs into the heart of the house. The morning sunbeams shining through the window draw my eyes to look out to the new neighborhood. The driveway is empty. Dang it, I guess they're not here. Looks like my parents are already gone for the day. No surprise there, really. That's all they ever focus on. A shiver runs up my spine as my feet step on the icy tiles of the kitchen. My eyes are drawn to some taped up boxes that are still scattered about on the counters. There's a familiar sticky note on the fridge, and I don't even have to read it to know what it says. At this point, Mom's just wasting paper. The least you could do is reuse the same note and make small big word alert, addendums to it. I snag a plate from the nearest drawer and open up the freezer. No fresh produce to be seen. There's still a mostly full box of breakfast burritos. Yeah, I've been trying to appreciate ethnic cultures more. It's like saying Taco Bell is Mexican. Okay. Plate loaded with a couple of the minuscule flour-wrapped meals. I set the microwave and wet for... Oh my gosh! Oh, this is gonna be like a continuing thing. I might get sloppy speech up to like 500 by the end of this series. My gosh. And wait for the burritos to hopefully not explode or burn inside. While I wait though, I check my phone. I scan over my news feed and check out some of the people I'm subscribed to, hoping there's something to watch during my meal. Unfortunately, no one posts videos or streams this early in the morning. I wonder if he's subscribed to Cynic's Pipe Dream, which if you aren't, you definitely should be. Guess I'll just watch a suggested video then. I prop my phone up and click on something random. Ding! At the ding of the microwave, I retrieve my breakfast, carrying it carefully so I don't burn my hands on the bottom of the plate. That's why you have like a hot pad under it. So I always put hot pads under stuff I microwave. I give the first burrito a taste test bite, and the inside is still cool. I don't want to stick it back in, though. The tortilla would just become a brick, then. I shrug it off, continue chewing, and watch my phone. Top of the morning, folks! I I guess Jacksepticeye is a thing in this world. Except he says top of the morning to you laddies.
Top of the morning to you laddies,
So,
my name is Jacksepticeye.
alternate universe Jack. By the time the video ends, I finished the last of the half-thawed burritos. Pocketing my phone, I slip the plate into the sink and head out for the day. Not even gonna shower or brush your teeth or... I guess you didn't have to get dressed because you sleep in the same clothes. This time I'm at least getting through the day. Today, survival. Tomorrow, thrival. ... I'll work on it. ... Back on the metro. On the metro again. I take a little more time to check out my surroundings. The sun shines through the windows across from my normal seat. There's this one chick that was there yesterday. It looks like all four of the same people are there yesterday. It's almost like they reused assets. There's this one chick that was there yesterday, probably on her way to work. It's probably a set routine for her at this point. She always does a bit of makeup first and then checks her phone the rest of the way. When the sun shines through the window, it highlights her hair in a really neat way. Like a movie poster, almost. Do you mind? I'd take a picture, but it might also be a bit too awkward for me. A little too awkward for me. Also, everything's disappeared. Why is it so dark? How's St. Hammond treating you so far, Mr. Nito? A voice so deep I feel it reverberate in my bones calls from above. Hello, Mr. Whale. I'm taken aback by his authoritative stature. His head is nearly grazing the top of the passenger car. How did he even get in here? Oh, it's been great so far, Mr. Ferris. He offers out his hand for a handshake, though his palm alone smothers my entire hand. How do you know my name? You're clearly going to school. The nearest one is St. Hammond, and I'm already aware of a new human student, so if you don't mind my profiling. Whoa, you got all that just from looking at me? I'm partially joking. Your full name is printed on your backpack. You know that's dangerous, right? No? Don't a lot of backpacks and suitcases have full names and addresses and phone numbers so that they don't get if it's lost, return it to the person? I don't know. Maybe that's just for suitcases that you take on planes. Maybe not backpacks. Oops. Yep, that's me alright. Haha. But please, I know it's only been a few days since the year started, but I would like to hear your opinion so far. It's been one day. Is this a questionnaire or something? Not exactly, but it is of some importance to an assignment of mine. What does that mean? Oh, what am I being secretive for? I'm here to audit your school. See, the teachers know the students. Make sure... Fuck. See, the teachers know the students. Make sure it's a proper place for learning. I wish it were something worth being secretive about. More often than not, it's just paperwork and office politics. Oh, alright then. My thoughts on the school so far. You got pelted in the back by a teacher, so you got that going for you. You got assaulted. I consider telling you about a teacher nailing me with a dodgeball to make a point. Nah, I'm over it. Maybe the bruise on the back of your head, or the whatever. I got concussed by a teacher, no big deal. Well, the classes that I have are great. The one class that I had, I might have gotten assaulted by a teacher. Well, a dynamic bunch, if you say so. He thumbs the inside of his coat pocket for his pen, but decides he doesn't need it yet. I see. Any favorites? I mean, I don't like to have favorites, but all the staff seem pretty lively. Ferris lets out a heavy, rumbling chuckle. That's certainly good to hear. And what of your fellow students? Make any friends? It's been a bit of a struggle, but it's always been the way for me since my folks move around a lot. I think I'm doing pretty good this time around. Why do you think that is? I think it's the jacket. It's definitely the baller jacket. The jacket? I give my lapel a quick tug for extra style points. The Coastline Cotton Nylon Bomber number 32. Part of the latest catalog by A&F. I see. Does he need to lean so close to inspect it? If the carriage rocks in any way, he'd probably turn me into a piece of modern art against the window. And that's really what the youth are into these days? Hey, the results speak for themselves. Whatever he's thinking about, it's got nothing to do with his work. I think I have a pretty good idea on what it could be, though. Mr. Ferris? Do you got no swag? Huh? Well, I guess that probably answers it. I admit to being a little gray. Is that because you're a gray whale? I'm where I'm not exactly with it anymore. Mr. Ferris, do you know of 6'7"? Well, even the older generation can dress to impress. You've got to see what people like. Oh my gosh. You just have to see what people today like to wear. I'm certainly willing to listen to the youth of today, yes. It's somewhat important to my job to know how the student body thinks, and my niece often suggests dressing more relaxed, whatever that means. Does she ever see you in casual clothes? I'm wearing them now. You're in a suit. I can save him. The rest of the trip was quick, but we continue with small talk about trends. Excuse me. When we arrive at my stop, he attempts to give me his business card. For someone whose mere presence could stop a fight, he seems like a genuinely nice fellow. I look forward to talking to him again. ... I probably don't need to say ... Oh my gosh, here we go, gym class. Oh god, those burritos were a mistake. My stomach is roiling after the warm-ups. All right, maggot! Today we'll be working on your cardiovascular system! By that I mean a good old-fashioned mile run! I'm not doing that. I already ran this morning. I wish I could, but I don't want to go for another run. Plus, I already showered. I want everyone out on the track field yesterday! I noticed Damien's mouth opens as soon as Coach Sully yells the words. And no, Damien, that doesn't mean I want you to time travel! Unless, of course, you mean running so fast that you hit 88 miles an hour! Back to the Future reference? Back to the Future must be part of this universe, too. There's a lot of overlap. So that does go with my theory that this is like an alternate version of Earth, where some dinosaurs survived the mass extinction event, the first one, and now they are looking like this. And just as quickly, Damien shuts his mouth again and shoots Sully a thumbs up. Sully's only reply is to let out a snort. Double time it now, cupcakes! I spit once again on the computer. There's no hesitation from me this time. I follow the rest of the class and do the run Sully wanted. As expected, I rapidly fell behind the pack. Hey, Inko, nice of you to drop by. How are you doing? Damien, what are you doing back here? Keeping my new buddy company, of course. What are you doing? Trying not to vomit. You're doing great then. Thanks, I guess. Shouldn't you be at the very front of the pack, though? Next to Mia? Nah, man, not her. Mia? You know, the one who knocked you out yesterday? A brief flashback reminds me of the red Parasaurus. Editor, you do not need to put a picture of her Parasaurus because we already know what a Parasaurus looks like. Her. By the by, never heard of that. By the by, glad to see you're doing way better today. You're even up and running. Yeah, glad I didn't wind up with permanent brain damage. ... Hey, question. What happened yesterday normal around here? Well, Mia's a wild one, that's for sure. Best not to mess with her, unless you're into those kind of chicks, which, in case, be my guest. As for Sully, yeah, he's always like that. You'll get used to it, though. He ain't that bad of a guy once he warms up to you. If you say so. Hey, don't worry about it, man. You're gonna fit right in no time flat. Wait. Hang on, can I go back? You're gonna fit right in no time flat. Okay. I was like, in. In fact, you should sit with us at lunch. That way we can give you the proper welcome and stuff. Lunch? Inko! Damien, don't fall behind! You're running in your sunglasses too. I guess it is outside, so. Also, nice mountains. This must be like Seattle, like I said. Are there mountains in Seattle? I don't know, I've never been on the West Coast. Sully's voice snaps me from my mini stupor and makes me realize just how far behind Damien and I had fallen behind the rest of the class. Whoops, better catch up before the fuck! Better catch up with the others before Sully brings out the punitive measure. Excuse me, the what? You don't want to find out, brother, trust me. What? Come on, dude, let's jet. Before I can say another word, Damien gets behind me and starts pushing me forward, forcing my legs to move faster than they ever should have. Ooh, I have to struggle not to trip over myself, but somehow I managed to keep up the pace that Damien was forcing my whole body to maintain. Ooh, he's sweaty. Ooh, and I'm dead. 5 minutes and 3 more laps later, I fall flat on my ass, my heart beating so fast and lungs burning so fiercely that every breath feels like sandpaper scraping against my throat. Regardless of that, though, I finished the jog. Isn't 3 laps like 0.75 miles? At least most tracks are that. Okay, you still have another lap. The first small step towards conquering my physical weakness. Good job, maggots! Keep this up and you'll be soldiers yet! Sully turns to me and with a slight grin shoots me a thumbs up. Okay, that's all for today! Hit the lockers, cupcakes! Am I gonna be picked up? Oh, yep, I am. Damien helps me back up and I join the rest of the male students as we head back to the locker room. We talk a bit more about our interests and other school matters on the way. Damien filling me in a bit on St. Hammond's history during the 3 years he'd been in attendance. By a bit of luck, our lockers aren't that far apart from one another, but our conversation isn't a real possibility considering all the other ones going on in the relatively cramped locker rooms. There really isn't that much more time to chat before the bell rings for our next class switch. Yay, new class! Something other than gym. I wave goodbye to Damien and start looking for my next class. Don't forget, lunch with the buds! I nod in reply as I turn around and head towards the hall towards my next class. Making my way down the hall, I take note of the surroundings. Though everything about the school seemed pretty normal, there are some key modifications made to better suit the majority of the student body. Mainly water fountains that settle a good 10 or more feet above me. Overall, nothing crazy special. This next class I'm sort of looking forward to. AP Art Design. Nice, AP class, you must be pretty smart. I took a few AP classes in high school. Some were easier than others, some were very hard. AP European History sucked major butt. The class looks like it's in a studio classroom on the 2nd floor. Ooh, I do like the design where it's like open concept. Although that would probably not be very good when it rains or is very windy. You would have like papers blowing all over the place. Part of the school here is built to be both inside and outside with open ceilings and walls here and there. Since it's also the art wing, the displaying pictures are coated in hydrophobic layers and framed. Although since it's the start of the year, the halls are freshly cleared, waiting to be filled in as the semesters pass. Of course, there's no shortage of drains. This hall in particular is displayed prominently in the school's advertising material, and for good reason. The carefully and expertly built dynamic between the surrounding nature, the school, and even the building materials themselves is nothing less than mystical. I can already feel the creative juices flowing. I got juices flowing through me. Soon enough, I'm standing just outside the door to my next class. Much like the school wall outside, it's decorated in various colors and patterns, each corner painted and tagged by different students. I barely step forward inside before the bell rings. Dang, just in time. Oh yeah, classroom. Since I was the last one in, all but one of the other seats were taken. It's pretty close to the front. While many of the students look well prepared, some are clearly ready to fall asleep within the next few minutes. Hello, sir, Mr. Professor. Then there's the teacher. He's standing up by the board, waiting for me to finish looking around and take a seat. Since he isn't urging me to look for a seat, he must be used to new students taking it all in. That must be the art teacher. Somehow he looks young and old at the same time. Well, I don't want to hold up the class for too long. Trying not to take the teacher's hospitality for granted, I take the seat closest to me in the front row. Even with me sitting down, the art teacher still continues to idle, instead staring at the seated students with a hazy stare. Nobody else seems to be paying attention to him, save for a few people here and there. A few students are whispering something behind me. Where was he yesterday? Hey, I'm not complaining about less work. Yeah, but on the first day? Huh, so in a way it's the teacher's first day as well. So I didn't miss anything in this class. That's pretty cool, actually. Holy crap. Did another dude get pelted? The teacher slams the front of his desk with both fists, the sound echoing through the room. It's the signal for all auxiliary conversation to cease, and the class obeys. Despite the sudden furniture abuse, the teacher doesn't look agitated. Rather, he's got a massive grin on his face. The phrase winning smile comes to mind. Right then, the pale pterodactyl. I don't think I need to put a picture of a pterodactyl because I think most people know what it is, but anyways, here it is, editor. The pale pterodactyl holds what looks like to be a metallic tray on a stick. Good morning, class. Ah, my eyes! Thank you, Raptor Jesus, for forcing me to wear prescription shades. My classmates are all wincing in pain and wiping at their eyes. And welcome to AP Art Design. He holds up the stick haphazardly. This is a flash pen. Yeah, you flashed me all right. Saw it at an antique store yesterday. Thought it would be a good introduction. It's not important. Worthless, actually. Ow. Hopefully that didn't hit someone. The class winces as the stick is chucked into the garbage bin and shattered. Didn't you say it was like antique? You're destroying AP art. Excuse my absence. Yesterday I had matters to take care of elsewhere. My name is Mr. Iadican. Within the blink of an eye, the teacher has replaced the sun on a stick with a fancy marker and managed to scrawl his name across the board in the finest show of calligraphy. And I shall be your guide as we explore the expanse of the creative world. Let's not dilly-dally den, shall we? Dilly-dally den. Let's not dilly-dally then, shall we? For a teacher, he's very animated. Hey, that's better than a boring teacher. I'd rather have a very animated teacher than one who just boringly sits and reads word for word off a slide. You gotta appreciate a good animated teacher. This first week we'll be going in-depth on the history of the fundamentals of art. Perhaps a little trial by fire as well, to get your creative juices flowing. Again, with the creative juices. There's murmurs from my classmates, though I pay them no mind. In fact, the prospect of doing some creative work to create something that I could possibly show off for a brief moment, did I say brief? For a brief moment, I picture my own name on a placard in the hallway outside the principal's office. You're a photographer. I guess you're not really like a drawer, but maybe AP Art History is this what you're in? AP Art History? I can't even remember. For now, though, I would like you all to open up your book to page 3. Right, my book. Oh, wait, what book? Wait. Looking around, I see that everyone has a novel-sized hardcover book opened. Oh, it's because you missed the first day. You didn't get your supplies. Aren't you supposed to, like, if you miss a day, don't you go to, like, the principal's office and they give you all your supplies? Maybe this is different. I can't remember. They must have gotten them yesterday. ... I'm gonna stop saying ... because there's so many of those. Now then, class, we'll be starting with... Hesitantly, I raise my hand. Mr. Iadican, sir? I don't have a book yet. You don't have... How? The substitute passed all of them out. Yes. Oh. His eyes flickered open a second as he continued some internal dots. The word on the street is that some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave early. Did the street at least mention I was doing well before that? Oh, of course not. You're Mr. Nito, then. Yes, sir. Given the circumstance, I'll let it slide. For now, why don't you share with one of your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note that you can give to the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being so late because the only person I can realistically share with is the person to my side. So, hey. Hi again. Wait a minute. Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze piercing and cold as if she's not even seeing me next to her. Would it be okay if I share the book? It'll only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she lets out a defeated low groan like I just spit in her cereal. She then huddles back over a page. Oh gee, sorry I asked. Rude frickin' crock. It's only the first real day, maybe I won't need it. Olivia, come on, share with him this one time. I already told him I'd personally resolve the issue, just help me out here, alright? Ait! Ugh, she responds by making a show of sighing deeply while rolling her head back and around. Ordinarily, there would be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. So is she just like... Damn. Her head hangs low in defeat, and she nudges the book a few centimeters closer to me. Thanks? I slide my own desk closer to her, just enough that I could read the page. While a teacher orates the page as if reading from Death of a Hunter, I don't know what that is, let me know in the comments if that's a reference to something. I follow along while simultaneously trying to capture anything that stands out into my notebook. A lot more difficult than is expected, as Mr. Iadkin seemed to put emphasis on every word he spoke. I felt like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turned from the book to the girl's notes and... Those are some very murderous looking claws on her fingertips. For a split second I see them retract. She wipes her fingertips on a small hand towel and... Whoa, the claws extend again into a bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red-colored claw is pressed on her paper for a moment, then quickly tugged and twirled and twisted, leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. Those silver irises flick my way once more. She is not going to be happy with you. What? What you're doing? That looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks. She looks back at the book and hunches her shoulders as high as she humanly, dinally can. Huh? She's now leaning over her notes too, even using the book as extra protection for the pages. I should be focusing on my own notes, yeah. An impossible task now, though, as the colorful calligraphy next to me has piqued my curiosity. The quill talon continues to delicately etch notes onto the page, and it only leaves the page to dip into what looks like a tiny paint palette at the edge of her desk. The claws extend again, and now there's a faint rumbling. She's fucking pissed off at you. Hey, I hadn't meant to be caught up in it. Sorry, I wait for her to give me a name. She doesn't. You heard Mr. Iadkin say her name. Were you not listening? She simply returns her focus to the book between us. I wonder what her deal is. In either case, I turn my attention back to class. Hope I can make up for lost time. It's hard to ignore the Gator girl, though. Especially when those icy gray eyes of hers feel like icicles poised to stab through me. Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything right now. She's drawing. Well, it's none of my business, but I am rather curious. You're pushing your luck, dude. She's gonna be furious if she sees you watching her. I make a show of leaning back to yawn. Oh, my back is still sore from yesterday. What is over here? Some stretching. Oh, what's that? Oh, now I see it. It's... Holy crap! Whoa, it's a calligraphic doodle of me. There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket and my sunglasses. That's my bowler jacket and my bowler shades. That's pretty cool. It's drawn in blood red, the blood of her previous victims. Better not get on her wrong side. Nobody's ever really drawn me before. Well, there were those others on the first day of school, but that's different. They weren't using their own claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta ask for a closer look. Hey. Your picture is super cool. Can I see it? She glares me in the eyes, but slowly brings out the sheaf she was doodling on. With the paper more visible, I can just barely make out all the important details. The line work is sharp, each stroke an organic curve that, when combined, formed what had to be me. It even had my glasses in the negative space of the head. Though what was with the multiple swervy lines coming out of my drawing's head? Dude, this is great. She rolls her eyes and starts retracting the page. Can I take a picture of it? A pause. Why? Nobody's ever done something like that for me. I want to remember it. She passes the paper over to me. It's yours. Whoa, really? Thanks. Don't mention it. But don't. She's nice. The one nice thing out of like the 5 pissed off things that she did. After a grueling period made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. Ding dong, bing dong. Finally, freedom at last. Just stay for a moment longer, Inko. I get some sideways glances from other students as they leave, no doubt suspecting I'm the teacher's pet already. With a few strokes from its pen, Ayatakin hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian and she'll hand you your books. On your way now. Heck yeah! A quick trip to the library earns me my missing books. I even got a fancy laminated library card. Ayatakin's introduction to his class certainly has me excited for photography next. First stop, though, lunch. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Despite my hunger, though, I'm stopped nearly dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. Oh my gosh, it's a frickin' madhouse. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. A few students have even crawled halfway up the wall, hanging by the decorative vines. Food flies about everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than sustenance. And yet the security guard by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I shudder to think what would be bad enough to warrant him taking action. I've never seen anything like this at any of my old schools. All that dino energy is coming out of them. But more importantly, all the cliques I've already formed from the previous day. I missed my chance to sit with him. Frickin' Damien, dude! He told you to sit with him. What are you saying, dude? Oh, I missed my chance to sit with anybody. Except for the one person that asked me to sit with him like 50 minutes ago. Wait, it's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything? Yo, Nico! I'm shoulder checked from behind by what feels like an oversized fist or undersized boulder. If I wasn't already by a wall, I would have either been sent sprawling or made into roadkill. When I turn about, I'm met with Damien's toothy grin. Ow! What? What? Already forgot about me? Yeah, you did. Because he's like, oh my gosh, I have no one to sit with. You don't got anywhere to be, right? Yeah. You stuttered. Come on, we're going somewhere. May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions me to follow through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering in through the crowd, waving me over, and disappearing like he's outrunning something. Oh my gosh, it's a good thing I hadn't gotten my own lunch yet. It'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows and a slap ago. Through the clamoring, I hear something about a turf war restarting with the new year, and that megalodons will continue to rule. Somewhere mixed in is the undeniable sound of a steel chair clattering to the ground. The place is an actual war zone now. How on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? Eventually, he leads me to the far corner of the room and to his usual lunch table. Hey, you're alive. I think one of my ribs is cracked. That's just the school spirit you're feeling. Oog. Ooga. I feel less like a person and more like a well-used punching bag. I finish stretching my wounded back and actually check the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. Hey, how's it going, Mrs. Olivia? The Gator girl gives me an unamused raised brow. Fancy seeing you here. Hey, you... Oh, snap, you know Olivia? Olivia, right, yeah. The one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already? Because I only sort of did. We're in the same class. Ah, okay, I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists. All? Oh, yeah, there's usually a third in our group, but she's out screwing around in school business. She'll probably be back tomorrow. Student council stuff can't take that long, right? What's she need with the student council? Oh, she doesn't need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer. The treasurer? Something like that. What do you think, Olivia? Olivia just grunts in reply. She doesn't even bother to look up from her lunch tray. Aren't you an artist too, Damien? Nah, I don't got the patience to sit around for hours like that. So you're not taking advantage of the art programs here? Don't really need them. Home is just real close by. Only other artist here today is Olivia. His arms wave over Olivia as if he was presenting her at an auction or something. For her part, the Gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning an indifferent look my way. Dash, dash, dash. Did she say something? She said dash, dash, dash. What was that? Dash, 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 dash. I think she's just like mumbling something. Just like she looks fucking pissed off. The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. Can't hear a thing. Can you please speak up, ma'am? I can't hear you over the active war zone that we're in. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over the don't sweat it. She's just a real quiet type. I paint! Whoa, hey. Holy hell. Her voice sounds so raspy. It's as if she's never drunk a drop of water in her life. Guess I hadn't noticed before when she gave those one-syllable responses, but for someone's voice to be strained from a shingle shout. She furrows her brow and looks back down at her lunch. Oh snap, we've been standing around for a while. He sits back in his own seat and takes a huge bite of mystery meat steak. Right, food. After the workout and poor breakfast today, I'm particularly famished now. But the line. All eyes look to where the lunch line should be. It's become a full-blown riot. Someone's got a fire extinguisher trying to stop it. Oh, I probably should have waited for you to get yours. Oops! Damien returns to his steak, rather aggressively. But who am I to question dino etiquette and the act of using one's foot to anchor the food for tearing? That's kind of gross. Haven't you been walking on the dirty floors with your... I wonder if the dinos wear shoes. Because, I mean, they have, like, claws. But maybe they can retract, so maybe that won't tear into the fabric of their shoes. I have no idea. I'm not particularly looking at their feet, and it's not really shown. You just see the upper halves of the people. Suddenly, the sound of squeaking rubber draws both of our attention towards Olivia. She's holding onto one of her reels, having just skidded across the granite floor. Oh, what's up? She tilts her head back towards the courtyard door behind us. It looks like there's a few vending machines out there. Huh, I guess I'll check them out. I leave the group behind to go try and get a lunch. Not a fan of soda and chips for a meal, but it's enough for wartime survival. Hey, this thing accepts credit cards. Handy. You have a credit card but not a driver's license? Bro. I'm feeling like... Oh, wow. Another choice. I can't even remember what I said. My favorite color is drywall, store brand soda, pretending to be on a diet, baked chips, a huge fucking idiot, I'm going to get a sports drink. I honestly do not remember this choice at all. I'm pretty sure I said baked chips. That does not count as sloppy speech because I'm not reading. That was just me being I can't talk. Me being a can't talker. I think I said pretending to be on a diet, baked chips, but I'm pretty sure this choice doesn't really have... I would be honestly shocked if this choice has an effect on one of the endings. I guess we'll find out. If I get an ending other than what I got the first time, then this is probably the choice. This stinking... Oh, what did you eat on the second day of school? I ate baked chips instead of a store-brand soda, and now I'm, now I got the bad ending. So I'm gonna say pretending to be on a diet, baked chips. See, he just said he picked out a few other brands I recognize, so I don't think that really affected anything. I picked out a few other brands I recognize enough to tide me over for the rest of the school day. I bend to pick up the bags from the dispenser slot, and that green chick's looking at me. She notices me gazing at her and hunches over again hurriedly. What's that all about? She's staring at you. Right, making new friends. I buy a few extra sodas for the table. Carrying everything back in both arms, I place them on an empty spot, sliding a can of soda to Damien. He looks at me like I just tossed him a gold bar. Whoa, dude! The Dillo Boys. The Dillo Boy's mouth open. The Dillo Boy's mouth open wide as he chomps on the bottom of the can. The Dillo Boy's mouth. Oh, it should be opens wide as he chomps on the bottom of the can. His fangs piercing the thin metal and spraying its contents down his gullet. I toss him over to Olivia as well. She eyes it as though it were booby-trapped before taking a bag of chips. Damien sighs happily as he chucks the shredded remains of his can away. Caffeine ambrosia. What were we talking about before? Olivia's art, right. She's really good, Inky. Inky. Like, you wouldn't believe. Can he at least stick to a nickname? Really? Oh, totally. She's like one of words and stuff. I wonder if she's O. Halford, grade 9, 2M 2020, or whatever the frickin' painting was in the art or in the principal's hallway. She has? Can I see them? In fact, I could snap some glamour shots for you. No need, dude. I've already got pictures on my phone. No, I mean, hold on. I pick up my backpack up from the floor, unzipping it and retrieving my beloved camera from it. I'm actually into photography. The Dino Man reaches for the well-aged DSLR, and on instinct I swat his hand away. Hey! Sorry, force of habit. What do you think, Olivia? She eyes me up and down with the same furrowed brow. Aren't you the guy that ate dirt in gym yesterday? Yep, no! I shoot Damien a quick, dirty glance before turning back to Olivia. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It wasn't, and how does everyone seem to know about it? Damien looks aside sheepishly. I may have had a hand spreading the story around. I thought it was funny. Don't worry though, everyone has some embarrassing story. One time I got my frills stuck in the bathroom stall. Didn't need to know that. It took him an hour to get it out. See, everyone's got something. Olivia pops a chip into her jaws, her face looking out to nowhere as if she's thinking of something. Damien leans close to me. One of his frills extends to hide from Olivia. Dude, I haven't seen her talk this much during lunch since last year. She said 3 things and one of them was a grunt. Why the secrecy? It's like a secret meeting. Those are cool. huh? But yeah, this is something else. She's really warming up to you, I can tell. Of course she is. It wouldn't be a game without it. He sits back down properly. Honestly, this whole thing is just a little creepy. She's probably not a bad person to talk to, but Damien isn't helping any. As eager as I am to make new friends this year, this is definitely not how I thought it would pan out. Maybe it's best that I get through lunch quickly and quietly. At least I have a spot to sit during lunch, not that I would have any other options. Oh, crap. That will not be in the video. Ah, there you are, Inko. A voice rings out to greet me, which catches our attention. I see a familiar bespectacled face, bespectacled boy, walking over to us with a lunch tray in his hands. How did he get lunch? He's super late. Glad to see that you made it to lunch this time. Oh, hey Ben, I'm guessing you and Inky here have already met. Introduced myself after I bumped into him the other day. Speaking of bumps, you should have seen Inky here yesterday. Damien lets out a cackle and slaps me on the back, igniting the gym pains in my body and almost knocking my glasses off. Ben gives us a concerned half smile. This must be my eternal torment for the rest of the semester. Yeah, about yesterday. Ben looks down the aisle of chatting students and signals to someone with his head. Standing 10 feet away from us is an imposing-looking dinosaur Gorl, with blonde hair, crimson scales, and sporting a fiery red leather jacket. Uh-oh. Ben motions for her to come closer with a soft smile on his face and nod. And she smiles back, though her own is noticeably strained. Okay, I'm here. She slowly makes her way over, and I notice how some of the students begin to quiet down as she passes by them. Oh shit, the school bully! The lady who pelted me in the fucking face! As she gets closer, her intense presence invades me, and even though we're about the same height, I feel like an ant about to get crushed under her boot. Somewhere in me, a synapse connects her face to me tasting bright red rubber yesterday. I really wish it hadn't. Inko, Mia here has something to say to you. Mia stays silent, but strides the last couple steps rigidly to stand right in front of me. She sucks the air in through her teeth. Sorry. The corner of the girl's lips start to rise. Oh! I didn't mean to knock your lights out. Behind her, I notice Ben wincing. The girl gets a laugh and lays an arm around my shoulder, her smile growing wide once more. Heat creeps along my face as her muzzle nears my ear, especially when a puff of hot air blows by the lobe. The heat is torn away, though, when I feel her fingers dig roughly into my shoulder, and her sharp hiss of a whisper scrapes my eardrum. That ball is me being nice, Baldy. Oh! Get fucking... Oh! Screw the class all over again and I'll fucking end you! Nodding in understanding, Mia pushes away from me with a small cheer. See? All clear now, Benny boy. Mia, that's not quite... Ah, boo, you know how I am. Her eyes flutter as she looks his way. Yes, I know, but you promised you would be nicer. I know, and I was. So, I'll be seeing you later tonight, Benny. Just like we promised. Ben, what did you agree to do? Hopefully you're not agreeing to something you wouldn't be opposed to, right? She waves us off collectively and backs into the crowd, vanishing before either one of us could fully process her words and actions. Damien nudges my side. Dude, I think she likes you. I think the fuck not. Ben sighs. Sorry about that, Inko. I heard earlier about what happened at PE and connected the dots. Mia comes off as rough around the edges, but she's actually really sweet. I'll, talk to her about it more later. You and her, huh? Yeah, since the start of high school. How? The classic jock and nerd pairing. Sounds like you're living the dream. You know it. But yeah, I'm sorry your first impression of her isn't ideal. It's fine. It was just dodgeball. Not like she was looking to do something. Yeah. Damien? Damien looks up from the rest of his meal, having selectively heard his name. Could you not spread rumors around about your fellow classmates? No worries. Nico and I are cool. Whenever I hear Nico, I think of GTA 4. That still doesn't make it right. Sure. Yes, sir. Yeah. He gives Ben a lazy salute. Ben merely sighs as he places his tray on the table and makes himself comfortable on the seat next to me. As he settles in, Ben notices my camera still out on the table. Oh, is this your camera, Inko? Huh? Oh, yeah, I was showing it to Damien and Olivia earlier. May I? I feel my instincts kick in for a moment before remembering that Ben also works with a camera. Sure, have a look. I watch as Ben gingerly picks up my camera and gives it a thorough inspection. I must say, as far as standard DSLRs go, yours is of very good quality. It's nothing too special, really, just something I picked up a while back. Well, you have a good taste in camera models. He hands me back my camera, to which I place it back in my backpack. Thanks. With something like that, it would be easy to get some great shots. Well, I do have a small collection and a portfolio drive. A portfolio? Oh man, I only just got mine a month ago. I bet you got like a dozen pieces to choose from for the New Year's art contest. The what? He missed that announcement. What announcement? The school has an annual art contest at the start of every new year. The winner gets a small cash prize. The winner gets a small cash prize, but the bigger prize is the fact that the winner's piece is submitted for publication in a couple big-time magazines, and there goes Olivia. Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. Of course, that also means a lot of the students plan ahead and work all summer for something to submit. Did you do anything for it, Ben? You know it. Well, good luck. Liz says she turned in a perfect piece yesterday. Okay, now I'm interested. Finally, a chance to show my real skill at something I'm good at. Hey, Olivia, you could help out. With your shots and her art, you two could totally win. Right, Olivia? 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 We all turn our heads to Olivia, only to realize she's disappeared. Where did you go? When did she leave? Confused, I scan around the cafeteria and my eyes manage to spot her through the crowd of students. She's rolling away towards the cafeteria doors, and quickly. Just like that, I lose sight of her as fast as I'd seen her. I turn to look at Damien and Ben. Damien not only looks puzzled, but also disappointed for some reason. Ben, meanwhile, well, he almost looks annoyed that Olivia left. Guess she hasn't changed. So it seems. The venomous sting to his words makes me feel like there's more going on than I'm aware of. I decide not to pry into it and instead bring the conversation back. Well, I still want to try. You can upload your submission. To the school's website. Oh, then I'll need an account. You don't have one? Don't think so. I've been told they'll get me that stuff by the end of the week. Sounds about right. Truthfully, it takes maybe 5 minutes at most to deal with that. Then why the wait? Nobody wants to deal with it. Guess I'll wait then. Ben scratches the side of his head. I think there's someone in Stuco that can help you out, actually. It's the treasurer's duty today. It's the treasurer's duty day today. So that's where Liz ended up. I don't know any names, so maybe... Hi, Editor Cynics from the future here. I completely glossed over this when I was playing, but rewatching it, Ben, what the hell do you mean you don't know any names? You're the freaking president of the student council, and you're trying to say you don't know any names of the other members. I feel like Principal Scaler should impeach your presidency just for that comment. Like, how do you get to be the student council president if you say you don't know any of the names of anyone who voted for you? Either you are lying, or this game just has bad writing in certain points. Whatever, I just wanted to go over this quickly. Back to the video. Guess I'll get to meet Liz sooner rather than later. Think I'll take care of that before lunch is over then. See you in class, Ben. Sure thing. Later, Damien. Deuces, man. Tell Liz I said hi. I grab some of the leftover snacks from the table in my backpack and head out to the cafeteria. Finally, I can show off my skills. Show that I'm just as capable an artist as anyone else here. And I think that's where we'll end off episode 2 of I Wani Hug That Gator. Just like last episode, if you like this one and want to continue watching me or want to see me continue playing this visual novel, I think I made one choice this episode and it had no effect. So this is basically just like a reading simulator. But I guess if you like me talking for an hour, then be sure to do all that cool YouTube stuff that you do on YouTube, like liking and subscribing and sharing and commenting and hyping. But anyways, that's gonna do it. I think the next one will probably be in like 2 or 3 weeks, just to give it some time to ruminate and see what people like, see if it's popular or not. I think I at least want to finish this. I don't know if I'll like do any other episodes like this. If people don't like it, I think I'm coming up to my 1-year anniversary of starting the channel, and it's going to be coming up in like 4 months. I'll probably be finished with this by then. I want to do like a audit of my channel and see what's working, what's not, kind of focus on what I feel like people are more into. Atlas Earth definitely going to be the main thing, but it might be Atlas Earth and silly games that I can chuckle at. Probably not going to do like music, or maybe numismatic stuff will be like an occasional thing. I think I'll only have one thing, but I do want to have another one of those episodes coming up in at least a month or 2. But that's enough of me rambling. We're nearing the hour mark of this recording. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm me, Cynic's Pipe Dream, and I hope you, yes, you, have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.